Welcome to the Movies Explained in English. Today I'm going to explain a Tamil movie named Bhim, which was released on 2nd November 2021 and is one of the most praised movies in overall India. This movie is related to justice for the injustice that has been frequently happening in India. Without any delay, let's get into the movie. The movie starts with a scene outside a jail in Tamil Nadu. Some of the prisoners are being released and their relatives are seen outside waiting for them. It is seen that the inspector was categorizing the prisoners as high class and low class. The higher classes were being released and handed over to corresponding relatives, while those with lower class are being returned back to the jail. The inspector was doing so to apply fake charges on them. He is doing so as his promotion was on hold and he could promote only when he closes all his pending cases. So as to close the pending cases, the people with low class were being imposed with 2 to 3 fake cases and put back into the jail. The relatives cried and begged for the release in front of the policemen, but they didn't show any concern. After that, scene shifts to the main character, a lawyer, Chandru, where he is in strike with his colleagues against police for the fact that police are arresting and punishing innocent people without any warrant or any proof, which is against law. Just then, Chandru sees some of the helpless families seeking justice. Chandru leaves the strike and goes inside the court to work out their case. The family's case was such that their son has been forced back to the jail on fake charges even after completing his sentence, while he must have been released. Chandru, talking on support, says that this is not the first case. There are already many such cases where police force fake charges just to ensure their promotion soon. He says that he has got the victim's charge sheet, where it is clearly mentioned that he has been released from the jail on 4 p.m. and the fake charge says him to be involved in stealing on 2 p.m. Clearly stating that the case is fake, the case is closed, and those 12 people who were on fake charges get released. Chandru character is such a bold personality who is ready to die for country's law and justice. Fighting for the truth and helping the helpless has been the goal of his life. With same motto, one day he was on strike with his friends that policemen don't complete their responsibility as required. During the strike, there arrived 2 ladies, and as soon as Chandru sees them, he understands that something big injustice has occurred with them. So he takes them to his house. The victim lady name was Sangini. There was another lady with her who was teacher of her daughter. As Chandru asks the lady about the reason for coming to him, the movie goes to a flashback. A group of indigenous people from a village in Tamil Nadu is shown. Those were the people who worked to search and catch snakes from the fields and release them away to forest. This ensured health of the crops and also avoided people from unwanted hazards by snake bites. The main character, Raj Kannu, is from the same lower caste. They were hired by the high caste but were never given respect. They were called only when needed, and otherwise nobody ever remembers them. One day, a snake enters in a house of the head of the village when his wife was putting on her jewelry. She jumps away. Raj Kannu is called. When Raj tries to catch the snake, he finds an earring on the ground and he returns it to the owner. He leaves after releasing the snake to the forest. Raj Kannu's wife, Sangini, is seen pregnant at that time. Earning with the snake catching work was not enough at all. So Raj Kannu goes to the neighboring village for working as labor with a hope to earn more for the family. Then the next day, it is shown that the jewelry has been stolen from the house where Raj Kannu removed snake earlier. When the police investigate, the wife mentions that the snake catcher was called the day before and she has straight doubt on him. Later in night, police visit Raj Kannu's house when he was not there. Police damages the house and arrests Sangini and Raj Kannu's younger brother for so-called interrogation about the jewelry. One policeman even takes away some money from there. Next scene shows Raj Kannu returning with his hard-earned money and some toys for his son. Just then, some people from another village catch and beat him while informing the police about him. Police arrive and abuse him without any talks, so brutally that even all his clothes get off. Then he is dragged to police station, where his brother has already been abused so bad. Raj also gets extreme torture at the station. Sangini cries for her husband and keeps shouting at police that her husband is innocent and has not done anything wrong, but they don't show any concern. Then scene shifts to present time, where Chandru has been recording all the briefing of Sangini. After listening to the briefing, Chandru starts analyzing the case. First of all, he has doubt in the police inquiry report where it was written that jewelry were stolen in the house of the village head. On the charge of this, Raj Kannu and his brothers were arrested, but in midnight they escaped from the jail. Then it was written that after escaping, they first went to the clinic for treatment and then to a pharmacy for medicines. After that, it was stated on the document that they sold the jewelry to a shop and they ran away with the money. Hence, the police had 3 eyewitnesses as proof of Raj Kannu's escape and runaway. Now, Chandru starts thinking on how can it be possible to save the culprits who escaped from the jail as per the police document. Then, Chandru files a petition on court entitled Habeas Corpus, which states that everybody born in this country has right to live his or her life as they want. It was also stated that police have no right to arrest illegally. When the petition gets presented in the court, other judges laugh at Chandru for taking such useless case as the court asks Chandru to present all the proofs, suspects and witnesses of the case within 3 days. From the next day, Chandru starts presenting his arguments. His first argument was that the clinic they went for the treatment, as mentioned in the police file, was in the east of the village, and the pharmacy was in the west. The police station lies in between them. So, if any prisoner has escaped and ran towards east, why would he go back through the police station to west for the medicines? Wouldn't he be afraid of being captured again? As law only works in proofs, the case is seen coming in favor of Chandru. Seeing this, the opposition lawyer and the parties try different methods to close the case. Even the village head threatens Sangini to burn down her house if she doesn't take back the case. Not only this, but even police threatens Sangini and asks her to come to police station, but she denies and says she will only go if Chandru asks her. Angry policeman kidnaps her daughter and helpless Sangini cries and walks to the station. At the station, she is again threatened by policemen to take back the case if she loves her daughter. Just in, a call from police commissioner is received. The policemen get warned by the commissioner for forcefully taking away someone's daughter without warrant. Then there is short flashback which shows that Sangini had called Chandru earlier while her daughter was being taken by the police. Chandru then called a High Court official who informed the head commissioner. Head commissioner then warned the policemen and asked them to leave Sangini to her house on their van. Sangini returns on her own, while policemen were requesting her to let them leave her on their van. They were requesting and following Sangini all the way to her house, but she did not show any interest. The villagers along with the village head saw the scene where Sangini was being requested by the police. The village head actually thought that it is impossible for low-class people like Sangini to fight for their right, but got shocked witnessing the power of Sangini. The next day, the opposition party calls an owner of the rice mill where Raj Kanu worked. He mentions that the escaped three called him and said that they have escaped from the jail and will come back to work soon. Chandru was listening this incident for the first time. Angry Chandru asks Sangini and the teacher why they didn't tell about that. Then the teacher says that none of them can read and write. They don't even know about numbers, so it is impossible that they can remember phone number or make a call. Then the phone booth owner is called to the court for interrogation. He accepts that three people came to his booth, and it is also confirmed that the call has been made to the factory owner. But the truth is revealed in the court when it is confirmed that Raj Kanu was not among the three who called. Instead, the call was actually made by the policeman. Then the policeman was called on the custody where he accepts that he made the call as he was being pressurized from above for finding the thief. Under that pressure, he declared those three as thieves and arrested on that charge. He also apologizes while mentioning that Raj Kanu has escaped alone and is missing now. Chandru then says to him, "Can your apology ease the pain of a helpless pregnant woman, or can it bring her husband back?" Then Chandra requests court for assigning a special inquiry team for solving this case and see who's behind all this. The court accepts and assigns Peru Malai, who is a police inspector against whom Chandru has carried out many strikes earlier. Chandru says to Peru that this time it is for the justice for an innocent, so support is expected from such a patriot officer like him. Chandru explains all the case, and he also mentioned that when he investigated this case, he found dead body of Raj Kanu near border of another village. Everybody, including Sangini and the teacher, were shocked to know about the death of Raj Kanu. Then it was to be investigated if the death was an accident or it was a murder. For knowing about the death, Chandru goes for post-mortem report. The doctor then says that it wasn't an accident, but he was first murdered and then the body was thrown there. He adds that Raj Kanu's ribs were broken, as if someone has kicked so hard on his chest. The next day, on opposition there was greatest lawyer of all time who had never lost a case. Then Chandru enters and this time he shocks everyone with his strong arguments. He reveals that those policemen had never fulfilled their responsibility properly. At this point, all the puzzles related to this case are solved. Chandru reveals that when those policemen went for investigating the village head house, they already knew who has stolen the jewelry. After matching the fingerprints, the policemen knew that jewelry was stolen by local goons in the village. Then they agreed with the goons to share the jewelry into halves and put the blame on poor snake rescuer who visited there a day before. When Raj Kanu denied to take blame on himself, he was beaten brutally. As he said that he definitely is poor, but he has not stolen the jewelry, the police kicked him so hard that his ribs get broken and he dies. As the story unfolds, everyone gets emotional and Sangini gets justice. The policemen lose their job and also are sentenced to jail for life. In the next hand, Sangini gets a house to stay and enough land for cultivation. And there ends a wonderful story of truth and justice. The movie is really a beautiful portrait of the injustice that is still on rise in India. Many people like Raj and Sangini are seeking justice. I hope such injustice come to an end not only in India but also in the world. I recommend you all to watch the full movie. If you like this video, do like and share. If you want me to explain any specific movie, please comment. Any feedbacks are appreciated. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.